Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on another episode of Cuttin with Bae. Today we're going to make one of my favorite things ever, and that is lobster tails. I'm going to make a quick meal, so I want to thank you guys for returning. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. Now, as you can see, my lobster is thawed out completely, and I took some scissors and I cut the lobster down the back. And I know you're probably thinking, lobster tails is just too much work. But trust me, not only are they delicious, but they're worth the work and they're worth the cost. Now we're just separating the meat from the shell, not completely separating it, but just lifting it up out of the shell so that way we can prop it up later and bake it. Now, fresh lobster is best, but if it's frozen, that's perfectly fine as well. Just make sure when you thaw it that you put it in cool water or cold water. Don't thaw your seafood or your lobster out in hot water. And now that I'm done with that, I have my lobster tails laid out. I've taken the meat out the shell and I'm just examining the lobster tails. And I'm just gonna run my knife very lightly and gently over the front of the lobster or the top of the lobster tail, so that way it will give you that butterfly or that open look. And now that I'm done with that, I'm about to wash off every single lobster tail. I want to make sure that there's no shell, no little cracked piece of shell or anything like that, so that way we can get these things seasoned and cooked. Okay, so now that I've washed these off, I got them in a little bowl here. I'm going to transfer them back to my clean cutting board. Now I'm going to hit these with some Chef Bae Seafood Seasoning. And you can find my seasonings, my garlic butter, and my cookbooks at www.cuttinwithbae.com. You can also look down in the lower left-hand corner, and it'll give you all my information, the website, the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, and the TikTok. But thank you guys in advance for your support. I know you're going to love my seasonings if you try them out, along with the garlic butter. And speaking of the garlic butter, we're going to add some of that now on top of the lobster tails. All right, we're going to get our last lobster tail lubed up and we're going to rub that butter in just a little bit. And now we're going to add a little smoked paprika. Now, let me tell you something about paprika. Regular, degular, schmegular paprika, it doesn't taste like anything. It's more for just color and aesthetics. But smoked paprika really has a life of its own. You can really taste the smokiness in it. And I fell in love with smoked paprika the first time I tried it, and I've been using it ever since. Now these are ready to go in the oven. I preheated my oven to 400 degrees, but I'll leave all the specifics for the recipe and for the cooking time and temperature in the description below. I'm just going to hit them with a little bit more of that Chef Bae garlic butter. Oh my God, y'all, it smells so good in here. I can eat these by themselves, but we got some asparagus that we're baking, some lemon garlic asparagus, and we're going to plate the lobster with those. And I just want to make sure that all that delicious butter sauce is just getting all in that lobster tail. So now that we got that accomplished, it's time to put our garnish on. And we're just going to cut up a little bit of fresh parsley and toss it over top. You can also use dried parsley as well. But since I had fresh parsley, I used that instead. And if you don't want to bake your lobster, or if you don't want to broil it, you can also cook it on the stove top with some butter. You can boil it if you want to. You can barbecue it. So it's totally up to you how you want to eat your lobster. But on a just normal, regular night like tonight, I threw it in the oven with some simple asparagus. And this is the final result. Juicy, delicious, fat lobster tails. And voila, that's the final product. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my video, for rocking with me. Like I say all the time, I genuinely appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out my website. It's cuttinwithbae.com. And if we're not friends on Instagram, let's connect. I'm at Chef Bae _. Again, happy holidays to you, your family. Be safe, you guys. And until next time, peace out.